guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 4 match for Red or the Regional Elite Draft League. This week we are taking on DyeItTight and his new Britain Rockruff. DyeItTight is a really nice dude. Yeah, not much more to say about him than that. Like, honestly, I think that's a great way to describe the guy. He seems to be really happy-go-lucky, and he was just a genuinely nice person when I was discussing the match and when we were in the match, so big ups to him. We're currently tied with the same record heading into Week 4, but I have 7 differential points on him because of my 2 larger wins in Week 1 and 2. But yeah, heading into this game, his roster consists of Mega Gallade, Tornadus-Therian, Melodic, Galvantula, which is a Z user, Fortress, Tangrowth, Slurpuff, Piloswine, and Moltres, which was a Z user. I wasn't expecting the Fortress or the Moltres, and if you watch my team builder, you sort of understand why I didn't think that they were coming. I thought Fortress was setup fodder for a lot of my setup mons, and I thought that Moltres maybe would come, but I wasn't entirely sure because I thought that I had a lot of good rock setters, and Moltres kind of gets hard cucked by rocks. But this is basically what I expected. I was expecting the Piloswine to come, and it didn't. I'm a little bit curious as to, actually, I didn't ask him why Piloswine didn't come. It seems a little bit strange to me that Piloswine didn't come when Dragalge actually looked like it had an alright matchup against him. But there you go. Yeah, Slurpuff also seems a little bit weird to me, and because I think a Belly Trim Slurpuff could have done like a lot against my team, but because I don't see the Slurpuff, Salazzle's Focus Sash is a lot less necessary. So if you haven't seen my team builder, you should check that out, but otherwise, I'll run through my team really quickly here. And please ignore the fact that the Donphan sprite doesn't show up on the screen. I don't know why it's doing that. It didn't do it in the game either, like I couldn't see it, and he couldn't see Melodic. I don't know, it was strange. Draft Frontier bug. Oh, pardon my yawning. So we're bringing an physically defensive Donphan with a Guave Berry. I mean, it is mainly there to deal with Mega Gallade, I think was the main thing. I don't even remember why I brought it, honestly. It doesn't make any sense to me why I brought this Donphan. But there you go. I did. I think it's for the Mega Gallade. I didn't really have anything else for Mega Gallade. We're bringing a speedy max HP Comfey with a lot of Spadef investment. Calm Mind Mono Draining Kiss, which looks a lot worse against his team with the Fortress and the Moltres there. It looked really solid when he didn't have those. Yeah, we are a 3-attack Mega Alakazam with Thunder Wave as well. So we're running with Thunder Wave, Psyshock, Energy Ball, and Hidden Power Fire. Energy Ball is just going to be able to hit the Melodic really hard, especially if he's a Flame Orb set, then Energy Ball is going to hit him harder than Psyshock will, obviously. And I believe I had the Energy Ball in there to blow back the Piloswine as well. I didn't really see a reason not to. Psyshock does a lot of work to his team, but he can set up like Calm. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the Marble Scale Melodic was a problem. Yeah, so that's what Alakazam is. We're a Focus Sash, 3-attack. Oh god. Excuse me. Focus Sash, 3-attack Salazzle with Will-O-Wisp as well. So the Sash plus Will-O-Wisp lets me live a hit from the Slurpuff guaranteed and then burn it, or live a hit from the Gallade guaranteed and burn it. As long as rocks aren't up on my side of the field, I do have Defog on my Comfey and Spin on my Donphan, so despite the fact that I'm bringing Salazzle and Vikavolt, I'm not sure that rocks are going to be up the whole time. That's why I was expecting Piloswine over Fortress, because I thought Piloswine was more reliable Stealth Rocker than Fortress was against my team, because it threatens some stuff out with things like Earthquake and Icicle Crash. We are a Lumberry SD 3-attack Bisharp, just dual stab, Sucker Punch, and SD with the Lumberry. It looks god-awful against his team. I brought it because I thought that he might maybe bring webs. He does have 2 web setters. I didn't get my hopes up necessarily that he was going to bring them, because I do think that SD Bisharp still can do quite a lot of work. Mega Gallade doesn't get fighting priority outside of Vacuum Wave. I want to say it gets Vacuum Wave. I actually don't remember, but no, I'm pretty sure it gets Vacuum Wave. Someone can correct me down in the comments if it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it does get Vacuum Wave. So Chople Berry really wasn't helping. There's no way he's going to run Vacuum Wave on Mega Gallade when close combat kills me through Chople. Like, there's no reason. And then last but not least, we're Buginium Z Agility 3-attacks Vikavolt. Kind of regretting the 3 attacks. I'm running Flash Cannon on there for the Slurpuff and the Piloswine, but neither of them came, so Flash Cannon is an utterly useless move. I was going to run HP Fire for the Fortress, which I didn't. So, like, honestly, if I was running HP Fire right now, then Vikavolt could potentially win as soon as Megalade's weakened, or as soon as Tangrowth's weakened, because I have to choose which one of them I'm going to use my Z Crystal on. The rest of his team, I'm not going to have to use my Z Crystal, but his team looks amazingly weak to Vikavolt right now. There's nothing stopping Vikavolt. Piloswine was the biggest stop to Vikavolt, and it didn't come. So, Vikavolt is looking really good against his team, in my opinion. So, let's just run in the match then. I am going to lead with my Bisharp because I don't know why. I thought he might lead Fortress, and I thought Bisharp was just a free SD on the Fortress. So that's kind of why I led Bisharp. And he's actually going to lead the Tornadus. So what I'm going to do here is scout a little bit. If he's got superpower... So the problem with this thing is that if he has superpower and he's timid, 0 attack, he still kills me with the superpower. Bisharp is just such an unmon. I don't enjoy using this thing very much, but there you go. I'm just going to knock him off first turn and we'll see what he's got. And he actually shows me the Heat Wave. Standard Heat Wave damage, it looks like. Pardon me. That Heat Wave was never a roll to kill me unless he crit. 93% maximum from max special attack. Max special attack timid, which I think he would be to speed creep over Salazzle. So there you go. We knock off his AV, which is really good for us. And now I'm just going to Sucker Punch because it's a decent play if he wants to like U-turn on me, and I can kill his Torn, which is a massive threat to my team. But he's just going to make the really good play and go into Fortress on my Sucker. I'm just going to knock off on the Fortress now as he gets up his rocks. That's fairly standard physically defensive Fortress based on that damage. And then I'm going to Swords Dance, assuming that he's going to try and get up another layer of hazards. He just kills me with Gyro Ball. So all in all, not horrible. I mean, I could have gotten a little bit more damage on the Fortress, but I wasn't doing anything unless I was +2. So I was fine with letting Bisharp go down there. There's really no reason for me to switch into anything else to take this Gyro Ball. I'm going to go to my Mega Alakazam now because I think it's my best play. HP Fire into any other move just absolutely obliterates the rest of his team right now. So he either has to A, sack his Fortress, or B, switch into something else to take the HP Fire and then another hit. So Mega Alakazam is really good here. I bring it in, and I actually forget that it gets Trace in Mega Form, and so I actually get Sturdy, which is really cool, because now, once I kill the Fortress here, I do kill the Fortress with my HP Fire, by the way, obviously, because Mega Alakazam's a monster in Fortress. It was physically defensive, and we had seen that it wasn't Octoberry because I knocked off his leftovers. So, excuse me. We have the Sturdy now, which means we guaranteed live any other hit, and I can just like leave Mega Alakazam in right now to eat a hit, as he's going to go into the Moltres. I was actually thinking this might be Scarf Moltres based on the way that his team is set up. He doesn't have a Scarfer, because we know that Tornadus is Assault Vest. Melodic's not going to be Scarf. That makes no sense. Against my team, at least, it doesn't make any sense. I'm sure that someone out there has brought Scarf Melodic before. Tangrowth isn't going to be Scarf because it's part of his defensive core with the Melodic there. And Mega Gallade can't be Scarf because it's Mega. So I thought the Moltres might be Scarfed. It is his only Z user, so in the back of my mind I knew that he could be Z as well. But I did think it was going to be Scarf, so I actually end up going for the Thunder Wave here. And we see that he's not Scarf because I go faster. And now he's going to Flame Charge. So, I mean, he's still slower, but he's Flame Charge, which is kind of cool. Psyshock, 2 Psyshocks is definitely going to kill him, and as he actually hits a Hurricane and kills me. I'm actually really surprised that everyone's been running Hurricane by itself against me. It's kind of a little bit depressing. I mean, Bill hit like 3 Hurricanes against me, I think, and now DyeItTight hit a Hurricane against me. So Hurricane seems like it's just going to hit every single time against my team, which really sucks. It's pretty bad. I'm a little bit sad that Hurricane killed me there, because Mega Alakazam could have been really nice to get another huge hit off on something. So I'm just going to bring in my Donphan now, and again, you can't see the sprite. Rocks obviously breaks my Sturdy. He gets fully paralyzed on the turn that I get rid of the Rocks, which is really cool, and he doesn't have another Rock Setter to bring in anymore. And he gets fully paralyzed again on the turn where I'm going to set up my own Rocks. Now, these Rocks aren't necessarily the most useful thing, but it means that this Moltres has to stay in here. Unless he's running Defog on the Torn, and I knocked off its Assault Vest, so it's probably not running Defog on the Torn. But Zach did run Root, like he ran like mono attack banded Talonflame last week, assuming I was going to knock it off at some point. So I can't assume anything anymore. The Rocks are going to help with Tornadus not getting as much HP back from Regenerator every time, and it's going to put the Mega Gallade just in range of No Bulk Mega Blade is now in range of Buginium Z from Vikavolt, and it was a roll before, so I wasn't gonna screw around with that, and I like having the roll there. Same with Melodic, maybe if he's like a really specially defensive Melodic, now he's in range of a T-Bolt, so the rock's really important there. And I'm not running Rock Slide, I'm running Gunk Shot, so I didn't really want to rely on Gunk Shot to hit this thing, but now I'm gonna rely on Gunk Shot to hit this thing. As he breaks through the full para this turn and gets off his Z Hurricane, which is obviously going to blow me back because I'm physically defensive. Really cool Moltres set. Flame Charge Z is really neat. I actually thought Z Sunny Day might have been good against my team with like Solar Beam. But like a Spadef Thick Fat Miltank walled that, so I'm not sure if that's maybe what his thought process was there. Actually, Trigalgy walled that as well completely, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I thought Z Sunny Day, it fills the same role, really, as Flame Charge Z Hurricane. Excuse me. And this way, Hurricane's not 50% accurate in the sun, so it's again, it's a cool set. So there you go. Now, Salazzle seems like it's a good bring-in here for me. Comfy could do something here, maybe set up a bunch of Calm Minds in this Moltres, and sort of just like break through all of the damage that's going to do to me. But I thought Salazzle might be a little bit better just in case he did end up switching. So I go into Salazzle to just revenge kill this thing, and Sludge Wave just absolutely obliterated anything on his team. In comes the Tangrowth. I'm actually going to burn this thing, because we don't know what it is, and by burning it I live the Earthquake, which is really cool. So I'm going to be able to kill it with a Sludge Wave now. We find out that it's probably not Assault Vest based on the damage. I didn't actually calc it, but I would have imagined that if he was Assault Vest, he probably lived the Sludge Wave? Question mark. I'm not entirely sure what went on there, but the burn was really clutch because it allowed me to live the Earthquake, obviously. So Tangrowth is dead. Unfortunately for me, Tangrowth is dead, actually, because Tangrowth was setup fodder for the Vikavolt. So realistically, I have to set up on the Melodic now because we've seen Heat Wave on the Torn. So I was kind of hoping to have Fortress still around or Tangrowth still around to set up with Vikavolt, but we've still got an option there. He's going to bring out his Torn now, and I'm just going to go into my Comfy as he clicks Knockoff this time. So, I mean, it didn't matter. I had Sash, and so I would have just sacked off Salazzle there, and I don't really need the leftovers on my Comfy necessarily, but I'm just going to be able to get a Calm Mind off here as he's going to U-turn into his Melodic, which tells me this Melodic definitely has Haze, because this Comfy can actually win right now if this Melodic doesn't have Haze. If I get up enough Calm Minds, I mean, it's still doing no kinds of damage even at +1 because I have no special attack investment, and now I'm on a timer with the Toxic, so it kind of sucks. Calm Mind, again, I'm just going to keep Calm Minding. As he recovers here, he feels pretty safe. I think I Calm Mind one more time and he hazes here. Yeah, he shows off the haze now. So this Comfy is completely worthless now because this Melodic, I can't really do anything else. I thought maybe I'll save it. This turn I decide maybe I'll save the Comfy to get a priority Draining Kiss off on the Gallade. Just in case he's got Shadow Sneak, then Salazzle can't revenge it, so I need the Draining Kiss. So I end up clicking, it's this turn I click Synthesis, and he's just going to Scald me, and so Scald plus the Toxic damage takes me to 50%. It's whatever. I head into Salazzle now, as he predicts my switch into Vikavolt and Toxics, which was not the play that I made, and I'm just going to Sludge Wave, get some big damage off from this Melodic, and let my Salazzle go down, which lets my Vikavolt come in for free, which is what I wanted, because I need Vikavolt to come in on the Melodic, like I said before. This is my setup fodder, so now I get a free Agility off. I really don't care if I get burnt by the Scald, and it's not going to do enough to the point where I'm going to die even with a crit. So I'm just going to get my Agility off as he actually goes into Gallade, and now it's probably game. He can run some HP investment against me. He can actually run a lot of HP investment against me, if I'm being completely honest. Because he doesn't really need to speed creep over things like Miltank and Comfy. They don't run a lot of speed, and Comfy's going to prioritize, like, it's going to out-prioritize whatever with Draining Kiss anyways. So I thought in prep that he was going to speed creep over Buzzwole, because that was my next fastest thing. So if that was the case, he could run Adamant with a lot of speed. A lot of HP, and so I have to Z here. That's the only thing that's going to kill this thing. I'm not actually threatened by whatever move he can go for. Like Zen Headbutt's not going to kill me if he wants to Zen Headbutt, but I kind of just want to get it over with. So I end up going for the Z move here. And we're just going to knock out the Mega Glade, which is really solid for us. And then obviously Tornadus and the Melodic are both going to die to Thunderbolt. So Vikavolt cleaning up the game with the last 3 kills there, showing why I wanted to make a Z Crystal user at the beginning of the season, because it is an amazing setup sweeper if you can put it in the right position. Big fan of Vikavolt, obviously. I've brought Vikavolt to a few games now, actually. I'm pretty sure I brought it week 1. I did not, actually. I brought it week 2, and I brought it week 4. So I brought it twice now. Week 2, I brought like a Charty Berry defensive one to check Hitmonlee, and the Hitmonlee didn't even come, so I don't remember what Vikavolt did in that game. It might not have even hit the field, honestly. Thinking back to that game, I can't remember exactly, but yeah. So Vikavolt, you know, pretty cool one. Next week we take on Showen and the Heracross Almelo. Alemlo. Oh my god, I can't pronounce it. I'm so sorry, Showen. I don't know it. I don't know how to pronounce that word. He's got a really scary team. He's got a lot of setup threats on his team. A lot.